In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to monetize a faceless YouTube channel so fast that it literally feels illegal. And just so you know that I know what I'm speaking about, here's one YouTube channel that we literally, this was the first video we posted and we got monetized after like 6 videos. Here's another channel monetized after like 3 videos. Here's another one monetized. This one took a little bit longer, as we can see, but also monetized within the first month. Then here's another one also monetized in here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 videos. Then here's another one that we literally monetized with 3 videos, and let me actually have a look in like 11 days or something. All right. And it's actually not just me. Here, Chewy, who's one of our students, also monetized his first YouTube channel, his first ever YouTube channel in literally 16 days. All right. Now, for most of you guys, you literally went ahead, you picked a niche, you upload consistently, you followed every single tutorial out there, copied every single strategy and did everything you were told to do, but still, you're getting 0 impressions. And with 0 impressions, there's absolutely no monetization in sight. Okay. Now, it's because almost nobody explains the one factor that actually determines how quickly a channel gets monetized. And once you understand it, you'll look at YouTube completely differently. Just like Maurice, who monetized his first ever YouTube channel in 13 days. Or even here, Andrew Martin, who got his first like 3,000 subscribers in less than a month and actually, got monetized. Here, Daniel, who got monetized in literally 2 weeks. Or even here, Chewy, in 16 days. Okay, so after this video, you'll know exactly what these guys are doing and how you can do it too. Okay, now for the people who don't know who I am, I'm Stefan, 24 years old, and I currently do about $30,000 to $40,000 a month with my own faceless YouTube channels and constantly starting new channels. And then I've posted 2 videos, and just these 2 videos have made me $42,000. I've scaled a channel from literally zero to $48,000 in just 30 days, as we can see here, like with one day with 900,000 views. But yeah, $48,000 in a single month in the first month, which was absolutely crazy. And then I've helped hundreds of other people do the exact same thing. For example, here Antonin, who got monetized in 20 days. Again, absolutely crazy. Here, this student, $14,000 a month. Here, this one step before monetization. Then here, $7,000 in a single month. Let me have a look here. Somewhere is a student that just got monetized somewhere. I don't know where the poster is now. But here again, first month monetized $4,000 on the one channel, right? And many, many more. And if you're kind of looking for the exact same results, just as an example here, Martins, we scaled up to $31,000 in a single month. Then check out the first link in the video description, book a completely free call with me. We'll have a look if it makes sense to work together or not. All right. With that being said, if you're serious about YouTube, book your call now and let's get started into the video. Took me quite a while to kind of compile all of this together. What I'm going to show you now, but trust me, it's going to be worth it. All right. So the first thing we need to take in consideration once we actually, go ahead and, start a YouTube channel is your account and the trust call. All right. Now, there are different kind of YouTube accounts. We have brand new accounts, we have aged accounts, we have personal accounts, and we have pre-monetized accounts. All right. Brand new accounts are just accounts that you can literally go ahead and create right now. Aged accounts are just old accounts. So very often like from 2009, 2006, 2015, 2020, very old accounts that you can actually buy. Then we have personal accounts, which are kind of my favorites. Okay. Now these are just accounts that you, for example, you watching this video right now, used to watch videos on YouTube. And then we have pre-monetized accounts. These are accounts that are already in the YouTube partnership program. These are accounts that I would not recommend you to start with. Okay. For trends, they're completely cool, but to start out with them, not the best. Okay. Now, something that is very important when it comes to aged accounts is that accounts from 2006 aren't stronger than a newer one. All right. Anything before 2025 works about the same. Don't overpay for aged accounts just because of the year. This is very important. All right. Because there is a huge price difference between these accounts. Okay. Now, how do you actually go ahead and protect your channel from day one? I'll show you guys more about the whole here trust score in a second and how to actually increase it and all of these things. But how do you actually go ahead and protect your account from day one? So we want to use a different email address for every single account. Okay, a different AdSense account, that's going to be later. You can create LLCs and so on. With that, you can have multiple AdSense accounts. Sounds very complicated, isn't that complicated? You want to use different browsers or different Chrome profiles, okay? And no, you do not need any proxies or anti-detect or anything like that. It's not something that I've ever used, okay? Largely a myth for any trust score purposes, okay? If you're running like 100, 200 channels or something, then probably proxies and anti-detect and stuff like that might make sense. Okay, maybe 50 already, then it might make sense. But, you know, not for trust score, okay? That's just a myth. Okay. Now, next up, how do you actually warm up your account? So we warm up our accounts to increase our trust score. Trust score is basically how much does the platform, so YouTube, trust our YouTube channel. Now, when we're warming up our account, what specific accounts need to be warmed up? So we need to warm up new accounts, and then we also need to warm up aged accounts. Now, how do you actually go ahead and warm up your account? We use it as a normal user, watch 1 to 2 hours of content every single day, subscribe, like, and comment to different kind of YouTube videos. Just don't act like a bot, and do this for 1 week plus to lower the risk of a low trust score. By the way, this does not always 100% work, but it can work. I'll show you guys the test, how you can test this in a second. Now, quick note, all right, always have 1 to 2 warmed up channels ready to go. All right, so okay, this, yeah, I actually need to remove. I don't know why it's actually there, but yeah, these videos are completely uncut for everyone who doesn't know. Now, how do you actually test if it's a good account? You record like literally 3 to 4 minute phone video, a walk or a drive or a room tour. Content really doesn't matter, okay? You log into a fresh purchased account and upload it. And that can also be a fresh kind of not bought account, but created account. All right, you upload it. Check impressions after 24 hours. So 0 to 50 impressions is equal to like a dead account, like do not use that account. If you have 200 to 400 plus, the account is for sure usable and good enough, but it's not the best. If you have 1,000 impressions, that account has a high trust score and is ready to post, you know, ready to go. We can post our content on that account. All right. So now that you have an account ready that YouTube actually trusts, next problem is the niche you put on it. All right. This is a big problem for most people that are completely struggling to pick a niche. But in this video, I'll show you guys exactly how to do that correctly. So now we know exactly how to, create an account, what account to create, and how to actually warm it up. We know everything about trust score. Okay. Next thing is actually niche selection. Okay. I always say the work you put in before you even start your channel is going to determine if your channel wins or if your channel fails. Don't make the same mistake and randomly jump into a niche. So many people that get started with YouTube just randomly jump into the health niche or the motivation niche or the luxury niche or the, make money online niche or the finance niche. Guys, I would say the best niches are the niches you can't think about. These are niches you literally have to find. Okay, that's what I always say. Okay, here I wrote it. Completely forgot that I wrote it here, but yeah. Okay, now how do you actually look for an account? So we use a dummy account. So this is basically, an account that we only use for niche research and we never post on it and we never personally use it. We only use it to do niche research. Now, why does this specifically work? And I'll show you in a second exactly how does the account work. Is the YouTube homepage changed, in our favor? YouTube got extremely good at predicting what you want to watch. And we use that to train the algorithm to only show us faceless niches on our YouTube home tab. All right. Now, once the dummy account is set up, you can literally find endless niches with it. Okay. I'll show you in a second how to kind of set this up. In a second. I just quickly want to show you guys what are we even looking for when we're looking for a niche. All right. So I have specific niche research criteria to kind of determine like, is a niche good or is a niche not good? So on number 1, there are under 5 smaller channels creating content in this niche that are constantly getting more views than they have subscribers. This means there's high demand and low supply, which is one of the most important things when it comes to YouTube. YouTube is a marketplace of videos. And on every marketplace, there is supply and there is demand. All right. So very important, like literally study this. There are no channels with over 100,000 subscribers. There are no smaller channels failing in that niche. Extremely important, because if there are a bunch of smaller channels failing, why should your channel specifically succeed? Okay. What are you doing differently? The niche is not older than 6 months. I can create better content than my competitors. This can also be longer. Okay. And then I'm actually interested in this niche, not a must, as long as you build a team that actually has interest in that niche. And then is the niche monetizable? Super important. I'll show you in a second how you can watch that, because very important. If it's not monetizable, you're not going to make any money. Then huge bonus if you can post long videos, because then the RPM is obviously higher, okay, because you can place more ads. Now, tools I would highly recommend for niche research are NextLev and vidIQ. NextLev is like 13 euros a month. I'll link it in the video description with the discount code. I wouldn't recommend it if I wouldn't use it myself. All right, it's a super good tool, and it speeds up the whole niche research kind of a lot. Okay, now let me quickly show you guys exactly how to set up a dummy account and how to use a dummy account. Okay, so this right here is my own dummy account. All of the niche research videos and all of these kind of things I post on this YouTube channel, I use this exact account for that. Okay, and it does not take me hundreds and hundreds of hours to find those niches. Okay, now if we look on this dummy account, we can see our whole homepage is literally just faceless videos. Everything just faceless videos. Here, just as an example, this one, have a look at this one here, just as an example. All right, Diana Whitmore posting videos about like 12 days old, and it's posting videos about teacups and stuff. Interesting. All right, now here we can see this channel is not monetized yet. Pretty sure that this channel is going to be monetized, but this is how powerful a dummy account is. Now let me actually quickly show you guys how to set up a dummy account. So you're obviously going to go ahead and create a brand new YouTube account. Just imagine that this here is now a brand new YouTube account. Then you're going to look up anything, like for example the biggest houses. I always like to take this as an example, but the biggest houses. Okay, then boom, we're going to click on this video. All right, we're going to watch this video, and while this video is playing, we can already go here to the sidebar and start looking for more faceless videos, like for example that one. It is a faceless channel kind of, but they started showing their face. And let's say for example that one. And okay, they're also showing their face, but it is a faceless channel. You get what I mean? So you mainly want to click on faceless videos here on the sidebar the whole time. Why do you want to do that? Because we want to show YouTube that we are only interested in watching faceless content. And the longer we do this exact process, like literally just clicking on faceless videos the whole time here on the sidebar, the better our YouTube homepage is actually going to get. So after doing this for, literally, I don't even think a minute yet, we can see faceless video, faceless video, faceless video. Okay, not a faceless video, but here, is this a faceless video? I don't know, but faceless video, faceless video. We can already see that our YouTube homepage is already full of faceless videos, and we haven't even done this for a very long time. So imagine how powerful this is if you do it for quite a while, right? And that's exactly where you get an account exactly like this one, okay? Where, yeah, markets of the past, just as an example. I did not even know this channel, all right? YouTube literally hands you niches if you have a dummy account. So this account here, 15 videos, 24,000 subscribers, 300,000 views in the last 7 days. Now with NextLev, which is quite cool, you can actually click here on analytics, right? And then you can click here on RPM. You can see the RPM and you can see exactly how much the channel is making. And does it even make sense for you to go into the niche? Like, would you be satisfied with the money you can make in that niche? Okay. Now we know how to use a dummy account and how to do niche research. Now, what we also like to do is we like to create new niches using the niche transfer method. This is also these days known as niche bending, but the niche transfer method. And what we basically do is instead of going ahead and blindly copying something everyone is doing, we use the niche transfer method to literally 1000x our results. Okay. Now, essentially, what it is we're taking proven concepts and moving them to different markets on YouTube. Now, this can be anything: the title, the thumbnail style, the video style, anything. Okay. Now, here are a few examples. Like, for example, here, Medieval Times. This is a channel about medieval people, and they're posting this kind of style of content. All right. 10 banned medieval foods, hard time times meals, 15 dishes that kept medieval peasants alive. All right, channel worked very, very well. What did these guys do? They took the exact same style of content, right, and moved it over to caveman. These people took the exact same style of content and moved it over to pirates. These people took the exact same style of content and moved it to homeless people. Okay, all of them work very, very well. If you go ahead and you look at this channel here, just as an example, you will see that in the titles of the most popular video from this channel and this channel, pretty similar. All right, so go ahead and after this video, check that out. Okay. Now, if you need any help with the niche research process, because I know it can be a little bit tricky and confusing and overwhelming and all of these things, like I said, go ahead and book a call with me. All right. We've helped multiple students, scale here, just as an example, channel here, 40, a huge outlier. All right. Here, monetized. Here, $18,000 a month, $4,000 a month, $4,000 a month, $1,000 in the first month, $12,000 a month. Here, $24,000 a month. These are all just student screenshots, right, of results. If you're looking for the exact same results, check out the first link in the video description. Go ahead and book your call with me, okay? Doesn't cost you anything. As long as you're ready to take a bunch of action, go ahead and book the call, all right? The call does not cost anything. Now, once we have a niche, we actually get into the niche testing framework, and I follow this exact process with every single niche I get into to avoid spending money on videos that will never ever work, okay? Now, first thing in this kind of framework process, we do niche research. Then we choose an account. You guys already know, it's up to you what account you choose. Then we need 5 to 10, I would say let's do 15, all right? For most people that are just starting out. So 5 to 15 video topics, all right? We actually need good video topics. That is very important. So as you're picking video topics, make sure that not hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of people have already created a video on that exact same topic. Very important, okay? Then we're actually going to write the script with ChatGPT or any kind of AI. It's completely up to you. The voiceover we're going to do with ElevenLabs. For the editor, we're going to use a freelancer, okay? I'll tell you guys, the cost per video to aim for, the freelancer and the thumbnail designer is about $15 to $20 per video. So very cheap script, very cheap voiceover, cheap editor, and cheap thumbnail. The thumbnail can actually be done with ChatGPT these days, okay? Trust me, ChatGPT has an insane thumbnail generation, not thumbnail generation tool, but image generation tool. So we can actually use ChatGPT these days to generate very good thumbnails, okay? Now, the length of the video, you always want your videos to be 1.5 times longer than your competitor video, because then you automatically have an advantage, a competitive advantage over your competitor, okay? Now, for the thumbnail and the title, we want our thumbnail and our title to be we don't want to reinvent the wheel. We just want to take what is already working in the niche and, take that style over and adjust it to our video topic and, take it over. It's not that difficult. All right. Now, once we have all of that ready, we actually want to go into the posting process where we actually post, skip, post, skip, post, post, skip, post, where we show YouTube, and we want to be a little bit inconsistent. Sounds very weird. But we want to show YouTube hey, we are a real human behind the account, okay? Now, what is going to happen? Either you're actually going to, get views and the channel's going to completely blow up. Once this happens, all right, just to keep in mind, we're not going to post more than 15 videos. But once this happens, then we know, okay, now we can continue to post videos because this niche is going to work, right? And once this happens, you should not be very far from monetization anymore, okay? Now, in scenario 2, where, you don't get any views, happens, all right? All of us have picked bad niches, including me sometimes, right? Sometimes niches look super, super good, but they just don't work. It is normal, completely normal, all right? Not every channel can win. That's just how it is. Now, once this happens, we do not post any videos, all right? Now, the reasons why a channel might fail is because maybe your niche sucks, maybe your video topic sucks, maybe the packaging, the video length, or maybe you have a bad channel, all right? But usually, if you have a look at the first kind of part of this video where we speak about the trust score, you should not really have a bad channel anymore, okay? Now, in case of the channel failing, we just repeat this process. Very simple. We repeat this process But very important is we need to learn why something isn't working. Because if you're not going to learn why something is not working, it's never going to work because you will do the same mistakes over and over and over and over and over again. All right. Now, the next thing, like just a few bonuses, how to actually go ahead and increase your RPM once you're monetized. Go ahead, turn on sensitive ad categories. So in settings, then ad categories, then sensitive categories, and unblock alcohol and gambling ads. All right. This will increase your RPM by like 30% or something. Okay. Then post longer videos. So videos that are longer than 15 minutes, because longer videos let YouTube place more ads. And the more ad slots, the higher RPM. Okay. The next thing with NextLev, you can actually, place ads like crazy. So you can use NextLev to auto place an ad every 10 seconds. Not all, get served, but it maximizes what does without wrecking the watch time. All right. So if you have a monetized channel already, try this out. Let me know in the comments if it works. And yeah, guys, keep in mind if you need any help, right, with this. Here, just as an example, a student that completely scaled up a channel here. Today was exactly 5 weeks. Here, $900 a day, right there. Okay. Now, if you're looking for the exact same results, then, check out the first link in the video description. Book your call with me. Let's have a look if it makes sense to work together, and let's scale up your YouTube channel. All right. You wasted enough time. Go ahead and book your call now, and we'll see each other in the next video.